Sustainability Week is starting around the world in Pokemon Go, and today, as always, we're running through all the tips and tricks for this event. Let's get into it. So this event's running April 20th, 10 a.m. to April 26th, 8 p.m. all local time, so it's only going to be a 6-day event. Wild spawns during the event are going to include Squirtle, Shelder, Wailmer, Drillbur, Cottony, Petalil, Dwebble, Fungus, Froakie, and rare spawns for Larvitar, Binacle, and Bounsweet. Yes, you saw that right. Drillbur's getting a shiny release during this event, and Bounsweet is a new Pokemon in the game. There's actually some good spawns in here as well, which we'll get into in a bit. We'll have exclusive 7-kilometer eggs during the event, hatching Cherubi, Drillbur, and Bounsweet. These were actually 2-kilometer eggs before, but Niantic did a switcheroo last minute, which kind of sucks, but also it's good for a tip we'll talk about. Event bonuses during the event, we're gonna have increased chance of getting souvenirs or from getting leaf wrap gifts from your buddies, so higher chance of getting buddy hearts, I guess, and items. Buddies will also stay longer on the map after being fed, and you'll get half distance to get hearts on your buddies, so you won't have to walk the 2 kilometers, you only have to walk 1 kilometer to get a heart on your buddy for the walking distance. There'll also be some new exclusive avatar items you can check out on shop based around the new Pokemon Bounsweet and Tsareena, its evolution. Now, as always, you have some exclusive research during the event. Starting with the field research, we're gonna have the task, catch 5 water-type Pokemon for 3 raspberries, catch 5 rock-types for 2 pineapple berries, and there's a task for Drillbur, but I'm not 100% sure what it is, so I'll leave it in the pinned comments. There'll also be an exclusive timed research during this event. Specifically, you can see all the tasks on screen. It's gonna be 4 pages. The tasks are gonna be generally pretty easy. Earn 2 candies walking with your buddy on page 3 can be done pretty easily by putting a Magikarp as your buddy, since that's a 1-kilometer buddy. Same thing with the one on page 4. Remember, this timed research needs to be completed during the event. It is time-based, so make sure you go ahead and complete it. But overall, it seems like a pretty average timed research. And also, there's a huge announcement that they just made today about Shaman being available at the start of this event. Starting on April 20th at 10 a.m., everyone can unlock a special research story called Grass and Gratitude. This is going to be for everyone. Whether you caught a Shaman in the past or in GoFest, you don't have one, you'll be able to get it, and you'll have unlimited time to complete this research when you get it. This is going to be a 7-page special research task. You can see all the tasks that are totally unlocked right now. Note, I don't know what the full tasks are because I have to run out to a birthday party, but I'll tell you what, tomorrow I'm going to make a full video breaking down every single task in the Grass and Gratitude, and that will lead to a Shaman encounter, which you can form change into the Sky form of Shaman. So yes, Shaman is now available for everyone, even if you didn't play the GoFest, which is normal because normally they released the Mythical a couple months after GoFest. With the event details out of the way, let's get right into the tips, starting with the best wild spawns as always, and I actually want to cover these. First of all, we have Squirtle, which evolves into Blastoise. Mega Blastoise is a great Mega Water type rate attacker if you don't have a good IV one that you can get. We also have Shelder in there. Although no meta relevance on Shelder, Shelder does get you 1,000 Stardust per catch. So yes, this is one of the best ways to grind Stardust. We obviously just recently had a Shelder Spotlight Hour, but they're still spawning in the wild during this event, so you make sure you catch those if you need Stardust. We have Drillbur in there, the new shiny, but also Excadrill is going to be a very strong Ultra League and Master League Pokemon, so definitely go ahead and get yourself one. And also Excadrill is a pretty good ground type rate attacker. Been so long since you have Drillbur in the wild, so make sure you go after it. We have Cottony in there, which Cottony is a pretty good Little Cup Pokemon, and also evolves into Whimsicott, which is not a bad Great League Pokemon for some limited metas. Petalil in there, which evolves into Lilligant. Lilligant's not good, but Hisuian Lilligant, which might come to the game in the future, could be pretty good, so good opportunity to grind some candies for that Poke. We also have Dwebble in there, which evolves into Crustle, not a bad Pokemon for some limited metas like the Love Cup, I think it was pretty good in, and some other limited metas. We also have Fungus in there. Fungus, although not as much Stardust as Shelder, does get you boosted Stardust, netting you about 500 Stardust per catch, so make sure you catch those Funguses if you do see them in the wild. Finally, we have Froakie in there, which evolves into Greninja, which we could potentially see Ash Greninja in the future, so you know, you could prepare for that one, but honestly, my money's not too much on this Pokemon coming. We also have Larvitar in there, which of course evolves into Tyranitar. Tyranitar does have a Mega form, which is going to be a very strong Mega to get ready for, and also Tyranitar is not a bad Rock and Dark type rate attacker, especially in its Shadow form, so a good opportunity to grind candies if you miss the community. We have Binacle in there, which evolves into Barbaracle, which is not bad for some limited Great League metas. It's actually not a bad Pokemon. I forget what cup, but it's actually not terrible when the meta is banned. And finally, that leaves us into Bounsweet, which evolves into Tsareena. Is Tsareena actually going to be any good in Pokemon Go? Let's take a look at it right now. Tsareena is the number 7 overall grass type rate attacker, not including Megas or Shadow Pokemon. Overall, it's not going to be a bad budget grass type rate attacker if you're not someone who can do a lot of legendary raids for something like Kartana. As far as the Great League goes, Tsareena probably not going to do very well. Here are the Great League matchups for Tsareena. All the circles are means Tsareena loses those matchups, and as you can see, it doesn't counter a lot of Pokemon. Since the Ultra League meta is pretty much the same as the Great League meta, you'll see Tsareena as well doesn't do very well in that league. Finally, Tsareena CP is pretty much too low to compete in the Master League. Overall, Tsareena got a decent grass type rate attacking moveset, but got a little bit shafted in the PvP department. It's not a bad Pokemon if you need a budget grass type rate attacker, but other than that, you can avoid it. So yeah, overall, Tsareena looks like a decent grass type rate attacker, but overall not going to be very good in PvP. However, nonetheless, it is a new Pokemon, so you're going to want to grind some candy for it. So let's run through my candy tips and how to get a lot of candy in Pokemon. Number 1, you can use pineapple berries during this event. Using regular pineapple berries will multiply your catch candy by 2 and silvers by 2.34. So make sure you use those pineapples if you have them on any of those rare Pokemon and new ones like Bounsweet. Bounsweet. You can also Mega Evolve a Pokemon. When you Mega Evolve a Pokemon, any Pokemon you catch that shares a type with that Mega, you will get extra candies, XL candies, and XP for catching that Pokemon. We have a wide array of wild spawns during this event, so which Mega should you evolve? Well, there's 3 options here. Number 1, you can Mega Evolve a Water type if you need extra candies for Squirtle, Shelter, Whalmer, Froakie, and Binacle. You can also Mega Evolve a Grass type. That'll get you extra candies for Cottony, Petal, and of course, the new Pokemon, Bounsweet. Finally, probably my most recommended one is going to be Mega Evolving a Ground type. That will get you extra candies for Drillbur and Larvitar, which are probably 2 of the most meta-relevant spawns during this event. Let me know what you'll be Mega Evolving, but I'll probably be going with a Ground type. You can also trade. If you don't know, when you trade 2 Pokemon away, you'll get 1 extra candy. But if the distance between where those 2 Pokemon were caught is more than 100 kilometers, you're going to be guaranteed 1 XL candy and you'll get plus 3 candies. If you have a friend who recently went on a trip, or if you're going on a trip and you have a bunch of Pokemon that were caught from a distance, be sure to meet up with a friend and trade with them to try to get some extra XL candies from trading. Overall, there's not too much good to trade during this event other than Drillbur and maybe like Larvitar in the new Bounsweet. Finally, you can transfer Pokemon during a double transfer candy spotlight hour event. Unfortunately, for the rest of the month, there's going to be none, but stay tuned. In May, we will probably have some sort of spotlight hour, 6 to 7 p.m. on a Tuesday. That will give us double transfer candy spotlight hour. Be sure to subscribe to the channel below because I will update you guys on that as quick as possible when it does get announced. Finally, that leads us into the platinum medals. You need 35 platinum medals to go from level 48 to 49 in Pokemon Go. Which one should you focus on during this event? Number 1, of course, the type medals. We do have some grass spawns. So the Gardener medal, catch 2,500 grass types. The Swimmer, catch 2,500 water types. And the Ground, the Ruined Maniac medal, catch 2,500 ground types. Definitely these are medals you can work on if there's any of them you haven't completed. If there's any wild spawns that are a type that you haven't completed a platinum medal for, make sure you catch those. Now, you heard me say earlier that it's actually kind of a decent thing that the eggs are actually now in 7-kilometer eggs, and that's because of the Pilot medal. Earn 10,000 kilometers across the distance of all Pokemon traded. When you get a gift from a friend, that Pokemon that you hatch from that is actually technically originally from where you got that gift from. So you have a friend in Paris and they send you a gift, that Pokemon you hatch will technically be caught in Paris. So what you can do is you can do that strategy I talked about earlier, in which you trade away those Pokemon that were caught at far locations to get extra XL candies and also get you points towards your Pilot medal. You need a total of 10 million kilometers across the distance of all Pokemon trades. So if I trade a Pokemon here and it's caught in Paris, I think that's about what, 5,000 kilometers? I'll get 5,000 kilometers towards this medal and I need 10 million. Finally, we do have a couple buddy bonuses, like I mentioned before during this event, with the more gifts and the half distance for walking. So I will mention this is a decent event to work on your best buddy medal, have 200 best buddies, because it will be a little bit easier to get best buddies since those hearts will be easier to get and you'll get more souvenirs, which gets you bonus hearts. Overall, the buddy grind does just take a long time, but you know, if you take advantage during this event, maybe it'll help speed it up a bit. And with that being said, that is pretty much the event. Those are my tips, guys. I know it's kind of a short video because honestly, this is a pretty lackluster event. Got a couple cool fun spawns, new shiny Drillbur and Bounsweet, which is fun, but nothing too meta relevant or too crazy to go after. Hopefully we get a much better May and a May full of stacked events, but we'll have to wait and see. Let me know any other tips I might have missed, and we'll see you all in the next one. Fall for tips, buddy. Peace.